Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to process unprocessed donations. So if you got a bag of donations, all you're going to do is go through it, each item, and decide where it's going to go. And it will go to one of 3 different places. It'll stay here at Thrift Out, or it will go to one of our 3 Beautiful Lives locations, or it will be saved for our upcoming Bold Lives store. So first I'm going to take one of the items and I'm going to look over it very carefully to see if there's any stains, holes, you know, that like major pilling and stuff. And then if I look over it and it looks really nice on both sides, then I'm going to decide if this is going to go to Bold Lives or Beautiful Lives. This is obviously a men's shirt, so I'm going to put this in the Bold Lives bin. Okay, here's an item with a perfect example of what's going to stay here at Thrift Out. So one of the things I see right off the bat is some wearing, which isn't too bad, but when I come up to the front, to the very edge, there's makeup on here, and that's not going to be boutique acceptable, so that's going to stay here at Thrift Out. This one is actually brand new with tags, which is very exciting. And so this one is automatically going to go to a boutique. Even if there was like a little small stain on it, because it's of high quality and high value, we're still going to send it to the boutiques so that it can be just marked down a little bit, but still sold at the boutiques. And this one is also super cute. There's like a little bit of dust on there, but that should be able to get taken off easily with a lint roller. So this also will be going to the boutiques. Okay, so this pair of pants are actually kids jeans. So automatically that's gonna stay here at Thrift Out because we don't have a children's location. All children's clothes, whether it's in like amazing shape, new with tags, or it's a little rough, it's gonna stay here at Thrift Out. These are a pair of men's shoes, so we're gonna look over them. And I see some kind of like wear on here. It's not that bad though. And the bottoms are really good, so there's still some traction there. They're overall in pretty decent shape, so I would say we'd save these for the Bold Life store, especially because they're a nice genuine leather, and so they're gonna hold up really well. And these automatically look basically brand new, so that tells me that these are in really good shape for the boutique, and we'll be sending these to the boutique as well. Converse. They're pretty universal. They could be sold for women or men, but these ones are in particularly rough shape. The edges of the shoelaces have been like cut and retied. They're very dirty. So these are gonna stay here at the Thrift Out because they can still technically be worn. They're just not quite boutique quality. I'm gonna have to cut that one. Okay, here's an accessory that I just found in this bin, and we love to sell hats at the boutiques, but this one has like some stains on it, and we don't want to sell that at the boutique. It's not quite boutique quality, but overall it's still wearable, so we'll save this for Thrift Out. So anything that is not quite good enough for even Thrift Out is going to go to an organization called NWA Rags. What qualifies for rags? White is probably the easiest to identify. So you're gonna look at this and there's like a lot going on here. There's a huge stain. If there's any like really gross pit stains, or you know how sometimes in men's shirts especially, there'll be that ring of like yellowish brown, like that is gonna go to NWA Rags. So this one qualifies for rags for sure. And then also if you pull something out and it just smells like either smoke or really bad BO, or like that mothball smell, the really strong smell, they're gonna go to NWA Rags too, even if they're of good quality, because something that has a really foul smell will fill up a space very quickly, and we want to keep our stores very clean and nice and enjoyable for our customers. Another thing that we're gonna look for rags is a lot of wearing and pulling, and this pilling here in the crotch. And then also this one is like covered in paint. So this is automatically gonna go to NWA Rags as well, because customers are just not gonna want to purchase something that's not wearable. Here's an example of a good hat that we want to send to a boutique. This is very stylish, and it's also in good quality and good shape. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's no holes, there's no stains. Like, this could easily be bought in a store today. So that's definitely gonna go to boutique. Belts. What we're gonna look for in belts is if it's peeling and cracking. A lot of times if it's fake imitation leather, there'll be a lot of cracking inside or on the outside, and that's something that we don't want. This one's in really great shape, so we're gonna save this for the boutiques. For glasses or sunglasses, the only thing that we're really gonna look for is obviously if it's all in one piece and if it has a lot of scratches. If there's like a lot of scratches, we're gonna save this for thrift out, but if it's in decent condition, then that means it's going to be sellable at the boutiques, and we'll save it for the store. Okay, if you are going to be helping us with our Raylana processing, this is what you're going to have to do. So 1, you're going to look over the shirt just like you were looking with the unprocessed donations to see if there's any rips, stains, holes, wear and tear, all that sort of thing. And if it's in good quality condition, it's going to go to the boutique. And if it's got something that's a little bit off, but it's easily fixable or washable, then it's going to stay at thrift out. Either place it goes, we're gonna have to take this safety pin off. So we're just gonna take the safety pin off, and we actually will save the safety pins and then trash the tag.
Once you have removed the safety pins and the price tags, now any item that is going to go to the boutiques or Bold Lives, you're going to remove from the hanger and put in the appropriate tote. If it's an item that's gonna stay here at thrift out, if it's pants and they are safety pinned onto the hanger, go ahead and leave the safety pins on there. Also, if it is a hanger that has a couple items on it together, like a lot of times children's items will have two or three onesies that are safety pinned on the same hanger, or t-shirts that might be 2 or 3 on the same hanger. Remove those safety pins, put each item on a separate hanger, and then anything that's gonna stay here at thrift out, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna find the size, and then you're gonna put it in the appropriate place on the rack by size.